Hello everybody, welcome to a new Let's Play. Going to be doing something a little bit different this run around. I've got plans to show you guys a childhood game that I used to play quite a bit. Of course this is slightly newer, slightly different, all that fun jazz. I'm still very much in tune with this game. I also know how to play a lot of other card games similar to this. So I decided I wanted to show this to you guys and get your opinion on it. The first thing we will be doing is running through a tutorial so that I can do a step-by-step guide with you guys. This game is not like the other games. This game has a lot to learn in the matter of mechanics and what, you know, cards do, what monsters do, all these fun things. You guys will see this as we go along. So with that being said, you guys, enough of me rambling on. Why don't we get into this, and I shall guys see you in the tutorial. Names and rules. Hello there, this is IN4M8. I'm here to teach you about the rules of dueling. Alright, let the lesson begin. Pay attention now. A duel is a card game fought using various cards. This tutorial will explain the duel screen and the different kinds of cards there are out there. The screen where a duel takes place is split into two parts. One side is for you, one side is for your opponent, which is pretty obvious to see. Both sides are identical. They are only reversed so that they are facing the other player. At the bottom half of the screen is your side of the field. As you can tell, on the very top, you guys, will be the monsters laying area, and the bottom is the magic and traps area. Alright, the top half of the screen is your opponent's side of the field. Each field has specific areas to place cards. First, the monster card zone, which is what we were talking about on top. This is where monsters summoned during a duel are placed. Monsters placed here can battle. Next, we have the spell and trap card zone, which is on the bottom. We'll get more into detail in a second. This is where you place spell and trap cards when you use them during a duel. Next, the graveyard, which is located just above your deck. Monsters that are destroyed as a result of battle, and spell and trap cards that have been used or AK played are placed here. Cards placed in the graveyard can be viewed by either player. Next, the deck zone, which is of course located on your bottom right. Your deck is placed here, upside down. A deck is the stack of cards you use during a duel. In this game, the size of your deck can be anywhere from 40 to 60 cards. You can also create a deck by using the deck editor, which is in the main screen. You can also add cards with various effects to make the duel more exciting. So like make the cards pop off with like special effects, they look pretty, that kind of shit. You're more or less using DLC in some sense. Next, the banish zone. This area, guys, is like the absolute timeout for cards. They can't get brought back into play. So cards that are banished as a result of another card's effect are placed here. Cards are placed here generally cannot be again and used again in the duel. More or less what they're saying is that there are very special cards that can pull these banished cards out of the banished spot, and that is the only time. And there are not very many cards that can do that. Next is the field zone, which is a place where we're going to place land. So this is a place where you can put a field card, which has special effects. For example, we will see that on field spell cards in Chapter 7, various spells and traps. We'll discuss that a little bit later. We ain't going to go into that right now. Next, the extra deck zone, which is down on our lower left. This is where you're going to be placing decks made for fusion monsters, synchro monsters, XYZ monsters, and link monsters. When you want to use these fusion monsters, like the synchros and all them, during a duel, you will need to make an extra deck separate so that you can use these cards, which you can also find in the deck editing screen, which is on the main menu. Next, we also have the pendulum zones. These are slightly new to some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Older players, so don't worry, it's nothing really too dramatic. Alright, when you activate a pendulum monster card as a spell card, you place it face up into this space. Pendulum monster cards count towards the 5 card limit of your spell and or trap zone or monster zone. Next, let's have a look at the different kinds of cards there are. The cards that we can use during a duel can be divided into 3 major types. We have monster cards, spell cards, and trap cards. Cards that are in yellow, orange, violet, white, blue, black, and or dark blue are monster cards. Monster cards are divided into 8 based on their color. Any of these monsters can battle and attack your opponent. More or less, guys, there's a lot of elements to cover. I don't think we're going to cover that right off. There's a lot to go through. Next, let's look at the green colored spell cards. Spell cards can help you out with various effects. Because these effects are different, be sure to read the text of each new spell card you obtain. This is actually kind of crucial, because if you misread it, you could really kind of hurt yourself in the battle. Finally, let's look at the purple colored trap cards. These are very crucial when tricking your opponent. Trap cards have the ability to surprise the opponent by disrupting their attacks and strategies that they may be trying to build up for, such as powering up a monster. Most trap cards are activated in a response to an action that your opponent takes, such as attacking or playing his spell card. These are usually the general rules. Remember, the difference between a monster card, a spell card, and a trap card are the difference in places of which they can be placed upon the field, explained in this chapter, which we've already gone through. Top being the monster, bottom being the magic and trap. So that concludes our lesson on today's cards types and how they look at the screen. These are fundamentals of dueling. Well then, till next time, guys, I'm gonna catch you in the next video.